Man, I think I'm getting old. The perfect combo of rear-wheel drive, 6-speed manual, 2-door coupe, and sexy-looking car just isn't doing it for me as a daily driver anymore. And here's why. When I was 17, I really wanted a Scion FR-S. I learned to drive stick on an FR-S thanks to my friend Travis, and the lease at the time was $199 a month with only $2,000 down. I wanted it so badly that I met with the GM of my local dealership and offered him a trade. I would do a photo shoot of every new FR-S that their customers buy in exchange for them paying for my car. But it seems everything happens for a reason, and that didn't work out. It did, however, lead me to my first Miata, which I still dearly love, and my second Miata. At the time, I lived 20 minutes away from some really fun roads. For those of you who are in the Bay Area, that was Highway 35 and Highway 9, which led to the almighty Alice's Restaurant. Now let's fast forward to last week when Toyota was kind enough to drop off this Hakone Edition 86 at my office in Los Angeles with less than 500 miles on the odometer. My first impressions of this 2020 car? Wow, this is gorgeous. I love the British Racing Green, and the color combo with the bronze wheels and the British Racing Green is sexy. The details like the 86 logo and the headlights is really well thought out, and then I opened the door. What? These seats are in a $30,000 Toyota? Holy sh**, this looks fantastic. Oh yeah, this is definitely a sexy car. So it was time to repark it. My buddy Adrian and I took it around the block, and the first corner in second gear, the rear end came out and back in gracefully. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it. Ah yes, this car wants to dance, but I don't want a ticket, so I didn't plan to do it again. But you guessed it, the car did it again, and again, and again. Is this car fun? Yes. Does it have a pretty easy 6-speed transmission? Yes. Is it very well balanced? Yes. But is it a good daily driver in LA? Nope. See, the 86 to me is like a Nutella sandwich. It's appetizing, exciting, and a really nice treat. But you wouldn't want one for lunch every single day. Although this car handles very well, unless you live near the mountains or back roads, I can't recommend it. I mean, the torque doesn't make it fun for daily driving, and if you slip and slide around, you might get a ticket and get the car impounded and lose it, so I can't recommend doing that either. Let's discuss a couple of things I learned from living with the 86 for a week. The doors. It is a really tight squeeze to get into this car. I changed my routine and got up 5 minutes earlier every day so I could park much further in the parking lot so there would be space to get in and out of the car. See my failure here? I parked in a spot where other people could park next to me, and I had to squeeze in, hit my knee on the side of the door, get my foot jammed between the door and the side sill, and it's just not a pleasant situation. Second, as I mentioned, the torque, well, I don't really know if it's there. I mean, yes, it's enough to propel the rear end to swing out in first or second gear, which is fun, but you can't really get anyone's head to push back into their seat, which is something I really enjoyed doing in my Mini Cooper S. Wow. It's something I love doing in my GTI as well. I'll cut in here to say that the sound system is very, very well done, very much enjoyed it, and having CarPlay is really nice. Third, the rear seats are... Wait, did I just say rear seats in an FR-S 86 BRZ? No. Those don't really work, as you could see in this clip here. But it does make the trunk massive for a coupe, and you get lower insurance rates, but for my friends who actually own these cars, their rates aren't that cheap. Fourth, the U-turns are actually 3-point turns unless you utilize the limited slip diff. It is a little bit more fun that way. And lastly, as mentioned, you have to go out of your way to enjoy this car. It craves corners, and if you don't regularly drive curvy back roads, the 86 would make for a great weekend or track car, but I don't recommend it as your daily. So now comes the question. Would I trade my Mark 6 GTI for it, or would I take the 86 over an ND Miata? The answer, to my 17-year-old self-surprise, is no to both of those. The GTI, thanks to its turbo, has almost double the torque, which makes it fun on a daily basis. Just passing other cars or being in the front at a red light is really enjoyable. And I'm much less likely to get a ticket going from 0 to 40 or 50 than getting a bit skittish and sideways in the 86, which I actually don't recommend. For now, I'm off to send my friends at Toyota an email and hope to see if they'll let me drive a new Supra and see if that's a more enjoyable daily driver here in LA. If you liked the video, please subscribe. If you didn't like it or you loved it, leave a comment down below. I'll try to make the next one better, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.